Avery's all in. Come join the show where treasures hide and good vibes grow. From finds to laughs, let's begin. You know the name, Avery's all in.
Hello, hello.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. It is what? November 7th, 6 p.m. Eastern, Friday. And we're here.
Yep.
Nice, nice. So I see we have, who do we have in the room? I saw J&J. Hey, J&J. Mad Dog. What do you say? I'm feeling pretty good after all the kidney stones and everything I've been through. That stent helped a lot with my strength. Joe, you did a killer job on the car. Nice, nice.
That's great news. Very glad to hear it, that you're feeling so much better.
Hey, Michelle. Michelle's in the house. How you doing? Mad Dog said, I did like the unit that you bought. They had the mid-century piece of furniture that somebody was looking at. You funny for bidding.
Well, you know, everybody has different reasons for buying units, and we know what we know about furniture, and so we need to get that cleaned up so we can get it in our next sale.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is for sure.
Hey, making the McMillions in the house. Good evening.
Ooh, hello, hello.
So what's happening?
Well, besides the fact it's Friday, we got another unit we can talk about that we started clearing out yesterday?
Yeah.
So we have some updates on that. We have updates on the book unit as well. We've definitely been diligently working at getting that unloaded, and Lisa's already listed several things that have already sold. To include, we have something in an eBay auction that is at almost $67, and it's still got 3 more days to go. What were you hoping that would get to?
I have no idea.
Okay.
It was just a random assortment of the Doc Savage books that we have multiple duplicate copies of. So what I found is this Doc Savage series, they're numbered, and so I have 1 through 90 something, and I sold like 1 through 20 as a set, and then I sold a couple of the doubles or a couple lots of the doubles where there's like 2 stories in 1 book. I think there was a lot of 12 and a lot of 8, and they're all numbered. All the books are numbered. I haven't done the research to see how high they go, but like I said, the 1 series we have up through the 90s, and there's lots of duplicates. Like I'll have 6 copies of number 7 and 3 copies of number 31. So I just went through all the books that are kind of chronologically laid out and grabbed all the ones that had duplicate numbers. And that totaled, well, there's more than that, but it was a lot of 49 books that I put together and threw it up and started it at $9.99 on eBay, and we'll see where it goes. But I mean, people are selling lots from $2 to 150. So it's like it's all over the board, kind of like with anything with eBay. It's, you know, it's all over the board, and you just got to figure out what you have, how to work it in, and, you know, price it accordingly. Like the first lot of books that I put together, I think it was up for an hour.
I know it.
It was a very short
Yes.
time period, and it sold because I put it as a buy it now. And you
So
know,
far, all the first 4 lots have sold, haven't they? Well, I definitely know 3 sold.
yeah, I don't know, because there's I mean, I have active listings now that, you know, haven't sold yet, but I'm sure they will at some time. So
Oh yeah.
anyway, yeah, it's been interesting, but I mean, we still have books in boxes yet on the trailer, so there's so many. This is like that weird unit where there's like no garbage, like all of it is inventory or potential inventory. Like we're not throwing any of it away, and so we got to find a place for hundreds and hundreds of books, which is the problem. And there's a solution. We'll figure it out.
Yep. Michelle said, "You guys know how to have fun at an auction." Also, LOL. I watched J&J earlier.
Oh yeah.
Mad Dog said, "What would your favorite comic books at the comic book locker? What would your favorite comic books are at the comic book locker? Was it Deadpool?" Says they are going for crazy money nowadays.
Mm,
Did we get any Deadpool?
I have no
can't say I
idea.
recall. That's a good one to look for.
We got to get into those comics. We want to do a whole auction of just comics, but we've just been really busy. But like, when are we not?
Right.
But we picked up 2 new consigners this week. One we did a pickup for on Monday, and yesterday we had another one do a drop off. So between this, like a lot of storage unit inventory and those 2 new consigners. Oh no, and then when did you get the knives? Last week.
Last Friday, a week from today. Yeah. Mad Dog said, "Is there a dream comic that either one of you would want to find and get graded?"
So I'm just going to put this out there first so Roy can have some time to answer. I am not a comic book person.
But she loves books.
I get excited about comic books because I know there's collectability and potential value. But other than that, he's the comic book guy.
You know, I would have to say golden era. Probably number 1 Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, you know, the beginning of it all. Those I have not found yet, but I would say if I were to find like the very first ever comic of Spider-Man, Superman, any of the superheroes, and not necessarily Deadpool, but like, you know, Iron Man, all that, like I would definitely say those would be the ones I would look for. But I don't have any special comics. I know they sell, but my brother's more of a comic guy, and I would just like get it just to grade it, and then eventually I'd probably sell it.
Yeah. And that's like I love books, but I mean, these are not the books that I want to keep or put on my bookshelf. So, but it's because I love books that I like working with them, you know. And I mean, I think that makes it easier anytime you're selling something that you have a passion for or an interest in.
Sorry. J&J said, "Roy, Joe said, check your phone."
Oh, Mad Dog said we had a lot of Deadpool in the locker and thought there was a number 1, 2, or 3 or some key issues. Okay. We'll have to look back. I mean, all the boxes are sitting right over here and they're still with the lids on them.
Yeah.
And they're just waiting to be dug through.
But we did have Rob stop by. So Rob did, on a quick flyby, pick out like a ton of issues for us to get our next comic book sale started. So, yeah, Rob definitely stopped by. I did see the video. I don't know if you want me to show it or not, but yes, I will. I did definitely check the phone and I saw what you sent. Mad Dog said you could do a short YouTube short of some of the comics sitting on the table. Maybe that would help build up the auction. That very valid point. Very valid.
Yeah.
Because this is something we could ship anywhere.
Yeah.
Miss Lachey, how you doing? She said, hi, guys.
Hey, Miss Lachey.
Deadpool at #1 is over $1,000. X-Men in high grade is over 1,000, and Wolverine. Wolverine, X-Men, we did find several of those. I mean, probably one of the best things when I think of comics is finding these that are like the earlier comics. So all of these are like, I believe, Silver Age. But
what does that mean, Silver Age?
Like, I think mid 50s through late 70s.
We have mid 50s. We have mid 50s comics in there.
No, I said that's Silver Age, but I know we have definitely like some early 60s. So
okay,
I've seen some of those. So
I've seen that term out there in regards to comics, but I've never done any research to figure out what it means.
Mad Dog said the #1 Superman in high grade is owned by that guy that did Ghost Rider in Disney movies, and that is over.
Oh my gosh. A comic book that's over $1 million. That's
which
crazy.
Ghost Rider, I guess, because there was Nicolas Cage, but in the Disney movies, I don't know who that was. Silver Surfer #1 is over $1,000.
Hey TDK, how you doing?
Hey TDK, next week, Friendsgiving. Hey J&J, let me know if you wanted me to show that video. Yes, Nicolas Cage. Mad Dog said he did National Treasure. I'm trying to think of his name. Nicolas Cage.
That was a good movie, National Treasure.
Yeah, they did like at least 2, maybe 3.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to commandeer the mouse here. Do I want to be in this one? Or
No,
this
you
one?
want to be in live chat.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we got a lot of comics to go through. So, over the next week, so I got to get all this shipping out the way. We bought a unit this week or Sunday.
No, wait, let's back up to the shipping because we had an auction end on Tuesday.
Monday. No, Tuesday. Pickup was Wednesday.
My
So yes,
gosh.
Monday. It ended Monday. Pickup was Wednesday.
This week has been a blur. I don't know why.
We just got our packaging peanuts today, and I started working on shipping the. Well, no, actually, the posters. All those are shipped out, but all the fragile cookie jars. I've been waiting on the packaging peanuts to get in, and of course, it said they'd be delivered the next day, and then it took like 3 days to deliver. So.
So the consigner, we did these 2 auctions for this consigner that had the cookie jar collection, and we made the decision to not ship the cookie jars, to mark them as not shipping, and they asked if we could ship them because they were advertising on these cookie jar collector sites, and everybody was saying, can you ship? And so we changed the first auction to shipping. And then, so we shipped a few cookie jars.
Yeah.
But this second auction, which was the part 2 of the cookie jars, I mean, how many cookie jars are we shipping? 50? 60? I mean, it's crazy how many
50.
Cookie jars are going to be shipping. And
I know probably by tomorrow I'll have a lot of the smaller orders out, but we got somebody that ordered like 17 cookie jars, and it said they're all shipping separately. So
that was part of our terms and conditions. We made each cookie jar in its own box to ensure that it would get there safely, because these, I mean, they're not small.
Yeah.
They're not small cookie jars, but you have to pack them really well, and they're hollow. So, it takes a lot more time. So we just wanted to make sure that they would get there safely. So we said that each one would ship in its own box. So, people still ordered 17 cookie jars to be shipped.
Yeah. And if you look at the boxes, like, okay, I mean, this is most of your cookie jars. Look at that.
Is that one box?
That's one box, one cookie jar. So when somebody gets 17 of them, like, there's not a big enough box to put 17 in, like, so yeah, this is one order. This is number 2 of 2. And it was somebody that was asking for the cookie jars, and it's like, all right, so I pack them up, and we got to make sure they get there safely is the thing. It's nice to sell it, but if you can't make sure that it gets there without it breaking, then what's the point? And what did TD not TDK but J&J said you can. Michelle mentioned us having fun at the auction, so Joe sent that. Gotcha.
Okay.
So let's see. Here is the video.
So this video is us having fun at the auction?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
To the camera.
Let's see. How do I get this thing?
Miss Lachey, it was a lot of cookie jars. I don't know if there was 150. We actually never counted all of them, but it was a lot.
Right.
We'll see what's left.
Oh.
Always goofing around.
It just happened to work that way. Like, and I remember we were in auction class and somebody was asking about like doing collabs and whatever. And it's like, normally, like if somebody's doing a video, I'm quiet in the background, but it just happened to work that way. And it was like, I was making Joe laugh. They were recording and he was still laughing, and there it went. So, I had to, I don't know. But yeah, talk about having fun.
Joe can always edit Roy out if he wants to.
Right. I'm easily editable. Let's put it that way. Oh.
That's the nice thing about videos. Nothing is, what's the word I want? Permanent.
Right.
Anything. And that is something I had to learn. Like when we would be recording early on, I would say something like, "Oh shoot, are you recording?" And Roy always would have to remind me, "Yeah, but I can just edit it out."
It's like we just stop for a second and then pick back up, and I know where to cut.
Yeah.
So but you have to do some kind of editing because not everything. Like sometimes I'll keep the mistakes in, but other times like the mistake has to come out.
Bloopers.
And one day I'll do a bloopers reel. So Mad Dog said, I know some cookie jars are crazy money, but it can get overwhelming. Yes, we had a cookie jar. We had an Optimus Prime. I really wanted to make a deal and get that one. But I knew it was going for about $150 on eBay. And it went for over $100. So I was happy to sell it, but I really kind of wanted to get that. And it could have went with my Megatron that's not new in the back box, but still in his packaging from 1984. I was going to put it up on the shelf with that, but oh well. The Mad Dog said, I agree with the way you're doing it. I know you put a lot of time and thought into shipping. Yes. Oh, believe me. Miss Lachey said, wow, that's a lot of cookie jars. Yes, it is. Well, Lisa's a lovable goofball, and
I think he's talking about you.
And bought a unit at the same place Joe did, and I heard Rob bought one too.
Not that day. That was I guess I don't know what that was. Dean's auction.
Yes, that was Dean's auction.
Yeah.
The amount of bubble wrap you must have used. Actually, no.
Go get the peanuts. Or do you want me to grab one?
It's probably easy there because there's a full bag there, but so. And I know I'm still going to be short on peanuts, but it's a layer of bubble wrap around the cookie jar and the lid, so they're separate. And then the box is filled with biodegradable packaging peanut. But the bag is, the bag is a huge bag, and I still think I didn't get enough bags. So when we first did it, they were coming in 2 different bags. Now they come in 1 bag. But oh, this is your packaging peanut bag.
Look, it's almost as tall as me.
Yeah, that's and
I can't get my arms around it.
I think we have 4 or 5 of these, right? or did I only
Three.
get 3?
You only
Okay.
got 3.
I was supposed to get 5, but then I'm like, oh, I thought they'd be in like bags of 2. But I will probably go through all 3 bags just doing the cookie
You
jars.
probably should place another order like today.
Yeah.
The nice thing is, our auction coming up is knives and record albums and
Yes.
things that don't require a lot of packaging material.
Well, it depends because that's still whole different packaging in itself, though.
Well, the albums, yes, but I mean, it's cardboard and the different sizes of boxes and
yeah, but they're the good albums, and people will probably buy a lot. And the last time we did a huge album sale, I sent 11 50-pound boxes of records. The guy bought over 100 lots of records out to Arizona.
yeah, but you didn't need any peanuts or bubble wrap.
No,
so
but I didn't say I needed that. I said it's still got challenges in itself.
Yes.
Packing it. So
Yeah.
it's not like a quick just throw it in a
yeah.
you know. So it's not as fragile, but it's still not easy to just simply pack. You can tell I'm the one that does all the packing and the boxing and stuff. And yeah, it is time consuming for some of this stuff, you know. That's for sure.
TDK said it's going to be fun going to that live auction on Saturday. So next Friday, those of us who were in auctioneer school will take our test. And then there is a live auction on Saturday morning in that area where we will be staying. So we're all going to head over to the live auction on next Saturday morning. So that'll be fun. And right now they have 15 units.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get to see some good units.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get to see him. Hopefully we'll get to buy one too. We'll see.
Yes. But we'll have to come back because none of us will have a trailer.
No, but hey, depending on who's there, we could rent a U-Haul and
Yeah, there's options, that's
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
so definitely options. I think more like while we're there, it's more let's see what we can get and then we can figure out how we get it home later.
Yep, that is always what we do. Buy it and figure it out later. But
As Joe says, Fitfo.
huh?
I said as Joe says, Fitfo.
What is that? Fitfo.
Hey Joe, what's Fitfo? Clue us all in. What is Fitfo?
Well, do you know what it is? Because you just said it. But if you said something that you don't know what it is,
Joe's the one that told me. He's the one that's always like Fitfo. So, you know, it's almost like FAFO.
is it?
Almost, yeah.
Gotcha. So someone who is in the chat also has a saying, it's all figure outable.
What?
And that's what I like to go with. It's all figure outable.
Figure outable.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That must be new in the dictionary. Figure outable.
Well, I mean, if it's more understandable than Fitfo, because I don't know what that means.
Well, Fitfo is figure. There it is.
Gotcha.
Except Joe didn't say frick. But
Mhm.
you get what I'm saying. Fitfo.
Gotcha.
Uh,
TDK's gone dibs on something. I'm not sure what.
I think he's calling dibs on
On buying a storage unit next week.
But yeah, it's funny the acronyms you can kind of figure out. But when Joe told me that, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Fitfo.
I just wanted to see if you would say it.
Whatever. You didn't know what it meant.
Well, it's not like I couldn't kind of figure it out,
Well, I mean,
but I was
exactly,
just
figure
trying
it
to
out.
see if you would say it.
Exactly, figure it
But you didn't say it.
out. Trying to keep it PG.
Yes.
But Mad Dog said he's calling dibs and Joe and
Joe's-
Joe's great words of wisdom.
Nice. So we got a unit.
Did we? When?
You bought us a unit
Did I?
on Sunday. Yep.
Oh,
I was not there. So Roy bought this unit. It's all his.
and Jenna, she has said it's all your fault, by the way. We were working on it yesterday, and it was all Jenna's fault for not stopping me from buying that unit. Just want to make sure I point that out.
I did not say that. But
Go ahead, bud.
it's an interesting unit.
You know, it was $100 unit. I mean, it's 10 by 20, a lot of boxes.
There's so many boxes in the back. I mean, that's like, so we got through what, a third? Are we up to a half now?
We're probably at about a half now.
Because we got a lot of the big furniture out. It was bad, and we got
Yeah, we got the furniture and
the metal scrap
Yep, most of the metal
is
scrap.
out, but there's still a ton of boxes. So, yeah, stay tuned. We'll see what we can find.
Jenna, you were there. What do you mean let the guys go by themselves? So that's what it looked like. So up front, you can see, and right down the, I think, what is that, left side?
Mm.
You can see there's some stuff that's scrappable. But of course, I climbed up in the unit so I could see what was behind that. And this is what we got. Boxes down one side,
That doesn't even really do it justice. That kind of more does.
boxes down the middle, and more boxes to the other side. So, yeah, we are definitely, well, we got the front cleared out. We went through some boxes. One of the first boxes we found had a little jewelry box in it. So,
Yeah, we found some
yeah,
jewelry.
I'm not going to say that, there wasn't any good finds. I mean,
We found some good jewelry.
so
We found a lockbox.
Mad Dog said, how do you think Jenna would have felt if you would have told her that you bought $2,000 cookie jar or 2,000 cookie jars after your last biggest auction?
I don't know. I don't know that I would have bought 2,000 cookie jars if I would have known they were in there. So if we would buy a unit that had cookie jars in it, like, we made this shipping decision based on our consigners' wishes. But if we did it again, if they were our cookie jars, we would ship them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and
I
so
mean,
you were crabbing at me earlier for making that decision.
No, that's not why I was crabbing at you earlier. It was something
See,
else
he
you
just-
crabbed at me about
he
first. That's what it was. She came in and crabbed at me because we bought a unit and we had to get an extra dump pickup.
I wasn't crabbing. I was just stating the fact. When I looked at the invoice, I'm like, oh, we got charged for an extra pickup. That's all it was. It was a
Right.
statement.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway. Yep. So, we'd have to ship it though. I mean, okay, look, here's the thing. Like, shipping stinks. I will say that. Like, when we do auctions, here's the thing. It's not like eBay and everything else. So when we do online auctions, like, you would think when you say something shipping that you're gonna maybe buy 1 or 2 cookie jars, right? You don't think you're gonna get an invoice with 17 cookie jars that are all gonna ship individually. And that's
Or 7 Royal Dalton figurines
Yeah.
that we need to pack it to one box.
right. Or 41 posters.
Hi,
Somebody
Natalie.
bought 41 posters. I had to put them in 4 different tubes, and depending on the paper for the poster, some of them are stronger rolled because they came rolled already. So like having to unroll them all out to roll, the most I could fit in the tubes that we already had were 10 each, so that I can get them in there without having to like really stuff it in there and mess up the poster. So that's the thing. Like shipping, we're gonna ship it. It's going to get more bids, more action.
Yeah.
But those are the things like you can't account for. Like you can't account for that person that bought 41 posters and now it's like,
or not even that, not even 41 posters, because those all go together, but like 4 pages of items that are all different shapes, sizes, and like it's a little bit like Whatnot if you have a buyer who's buying multiple items. It's a little bit like that.
Yeah, I would say that would be the closest comparison.
But like eBay, typically you're just shipping out one item at a time.
Right.
So I don't know, but
it's more one-offs than it is somebody buying 10 things all at once.
And it may sound like we're complaining, but we're really not, because in all honesty, we moved to the HiBid platform the beginning of last year because we wanted to increase our shipping reach. Yes. We wanted more shipping. So, this is we want this.
Right.
It's good.
And that's why I'm saying if we had our own unit with cookie jars, we'd ship. I mean, doesn't change the fact that, when I get an invoice with like 17 cookie jars, I may be like, wow, somebody ordered 17, but I mean, what would they have gone for if they were getting picked up too? So,
right.
We had somebody that was looking at the Optimus Prime Transformers cookie jar, and, he was looking to go up to $100 on it. And I mean, so if he had won it, that's $100, but it sold for over $100 either way. So, I mean, the action's there one way or the other, I guess, but somebody who wanted it shipped, wanted it bad or more.
Did you say better?
Hey, better. Hey, better. So wing better. We grew up with the team that used to do that. I hated that every time we played them. Hey, better. Hey, better. So wing better. Like, come on. Like, I don't know.
That would be annoying.
But hey, Mad Dog said, "I love what's behind the rest of the stuff that make it worthwhile and very interesting."
I'm hoping.
And Moms is in the comments. She said, "Guys, you're funny." Hey, how you doing, Mom? Mad Dog said, "Joe, if Mr. Buys a Lot called you with an opportunity to go to his place and buy a bunch of stuff, would you consider it?" That's a very good question. Would you, Joe? He said, if the opportunity was there, Mad Dog, probably.
Yep. Yeah, you got to look for opportunities and sourcing everywhere. Like, always be sourcing is really kind of the motto.
Yes.
And, there are, like, we source from storage units, but we don't always. I mean, we source other places as well. Yeah. Not a lot, not frequently. We go in spurts. Like, we might hit.
Well, it depends. I mean, we're always sourcing, but I mean, when you say sourcing, are we talking about for our own inventory? I guess would be the question, because we're always sourcing, and the majority of our sourcing is other people's stuff.
Right.
Well, but actually, it's always other people's stuff, no matter how you look at it, isn't it?
Until you purchase it or consign it, or I don't know what else other option there is.
Well, you give me a second. Keep them going. Keep them laughing, Lise. I gotta show them this.
I have no idea what this is, but it'll be interesting. Have I seen it?
Yes, of course you have.
Okay.
You have seen everything in this warehouse.
That is something that we were talking about recently, about how, especially like the consignor who dropped off his stuff yesterday, and how it looks kind of chaotic in here. But over the years, we have, knock on wood, not wood, but anyway, we have not lost a single item from a consigner.
That's because we
Um,
tag it as soon after it gets in the warehouse.
Because our system, I mean, it does. Thankfully, we have a system in place, but it it sometimes looks chaotic in here, and it's usually mostly our own inventory from storage units and stuff. That's the stuff that's chaotic because I don't want to say we don't care as much about it, but we always prioritize the consignor's inventory. So, but I'm sure some have left after dropping off going, oh, I hope our stuff makes it, or are they going to lose anything? But we never have. So I guess that's a good thing, not tooting our own horn, but just kind of like reflecting on the past few years of working with people and living in this chaos of a warehouse that is just always, it's like it goes in waves, because like you do an online auction and you got everything, and then you do the pickup and then it cleans out, and then the next wave comes in and you get slammed with the new stuff. And so like there's always waves.
One of the best parts after the end of the auction, all the shelves clear.
Yes, and then they fill up immediately, like they're already starting to fill up.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's a good thing. Like that means that inventory is flowing. So
So here's the thing I found was interesting. We picked up the consignor on Monday, and then we had a consignor drop off on Thursday. And funny enough, this was in with the consignor on Monday. Go figure. And then, so we got one coming in one sale, and then this is the one that the consignor on Thursday dropped off. So now we have two of these albums, Kiss Alive 2, that's going to be going almost back-to-back sales. And he said the consignor for these said he has all the inserts. But not just that. I was just looking. We got the Kiss Double Platinum. Sold that before.
this is the guy from
Thursday,
yesterday.
yeah. Kiss Love Gun. We got Kiss Alive 1.
Wow, I think there's only one Kiss album in the
Yeah.
first grouping.
Kiss. What is that? Dress to Kill.
Look at the back of this one. It's like their negative picture. It looks so cool.
And then we have Kiss Destroyer. So like, I mean, these are like the albums that we know.
I'm just looking at them. They definitely have been played. They're not terrible. I see some scratches though.
Hairlines or
I don't know. Not looking that closely.
so. Oh, and this Destroyer, look at that. Here's the insert. Shout it out loud. Look at that. And that's a cardboard insert.
Why are you putting that in my face?
Just show 'em. Just show 'em.
That's the worst part about albums, putting everything back in the sleeve.
right. So, I mean, actually, I would say this is the first consignor that had, especially this many Kiss albums. But he had, I wasn't expecting it, but he probably brought maybe about 50 albums, I'd say. So, and the other guy, he had 2 crates.
3 crates.
3 crates, and they were, yeah.
About this long. Full.
So, so I missed the Street Sweeper. I know if there's no. J&J said if the opportunity was there, Mad Dog probably. J&J said like Street Sweeper trucks, right, Roy? Oh, was that it? Street Sweeper trucks. You weren't there for that, were you? Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, that was the one on Sunday. Mad Dog said, I think he's in Jersey. That's Mr. Buys a Lot. So I think somebody would have to travel quite a ways to even deal. I think he's got a lot of storage units and a lot of variety. I know at times he had tons of vintage. who knows if somebody would have dibbed some of the vintage clothing or not. Its own collection.
Yep.
I know some people that love to buy from Buys a Lot YouTube auctions and whatnot auctions, and he does have interesting stuff at time. Also, Mama G does too. Yes, Mama G. Mama G is in Ohio. That was the crazy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, it's funny how many people that you end up finding out are in the Ohio area.
It's, yeah, I mean, like, people, you know, you get to know people, but you don't know where they are geographically, and you can, like, I could ask someone, but then I'm gonna forget, like, so.
Mad Dog said, has out of all the records that we've seen, has anyone seen the Beatles Butcher Block record?
I don't think so. I know we've sold some Beatles, but that does not ring a bell.
We were speaking about opportunities. That truck was perfect. Yes, actually it was. You know, if you wanted to open up a parking lot sweeping business, or really it's so cheap enough that it could be resold too. So
Yeah.
you know, I mean, sometimes you just can't not buy certain things because it's such a great deal, you know.
So who ended up buying that truck? Did it sell
Yeah, it's old.
to?
Somebody who bought it.
Do you know the story about, were they going to use it, keep it, sell it, flip it?
No clue. Yeah, I don't know. I know the truck was for the properties of the facility. Like, they have other properties, so that's what they use to sweep and keep their storage unit properties clean.
Yeah, that's a nice facility. I mean, cleanliness wise and in location, like the area that it's in a good neighborhood. When we were there, was that just yesterday? It was very busy too. There was a lot of people coming and going. It looked like people were maybe, you know, running businesses out of units. Not like,
which isn't unheard of though.
I know that sounded weird, but like, you know, like that would be their like warehouse space.
I think like right across from where we're at, like when you cross over the main road that we came down to it, I think there was a business in that facility there.
But there was a couple bigger buildings like that, almost like a warehouse space that.
Well, somebody was in that one for almost the whole time I was there, because I could hear them doing whatever they were doing.
Doing what they were doing.
Yeah. Well, they had a truck kind of halfway in the garage, and they were. Yeah. You could hear some machines going off and stuff. So whatever they were doing. That guy had it sold by the time the auction was over.
Wow. Yeah. It's a way to do it.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you got to, you know.
Like Conky going to the sale the other week, and, you know, he had a buyer for the Jacob's Ladder before he even bought the Jacob's Ladder. So that's why you always have to like be looking at sales and what is coming up to be sold, and, you know, keeping an eye on that. And it's hard because there's so many, and you know, your time's so limited. So not only now are you looking at storage units, you're looking at just other auctions too, to see what's coming up and what you might be interested in, and what might, and then it's like a time thing of like, well, you could go to the auction, but like that Jacob's Ladder could have sold for $600, and then the Conky would have been priced out of flipping it,
right,
or whatever. So
well,
you just don't know until you go. But
margin would have needed to be,
right.
So, but yeah, I definitely would say, you know, in the business that we do, right? So Avery's All In is our brand. That's our YouTube, but our business is called Recycle NEO LLC, Recycle NEO Auctions and Estate Sales. And the recycle part, like today was a great day of like learning more. Like I've been so like when it comes to recycling metals, like I finally started figuring out, okay, we have a trailer at home. It's open utility trailer. So like any metals that come out of units that, you know, aren't sellable, like I'll throw it on the trailer until the trailer is full. And then I finally found a place close to the house. I run it over for scrap. Well, today I decided, because I've been talking and hearing, you know, talk to Joe, talk to Rob, and, you know, I know KT Tim, you know, from KT Treasures talking about like, you know, different scraps, like, oh, you know, if you do copper, brass, aluminum, you know, wire was one of the big ones. So we had a unit recently we got a few weeks ago, about a month ago or whatever. It had a ton of like wire that I found. Like, I guess the guy out of it was a scrapper. So I was throwing it aside in the tote. And I'm like, you know, I'm going to make a conscious effort to try to do something with it. And I almost got rid of it. But, you know, I was out doing the scrap for the trailer was full. The back of the truck was full. So I dropped that off, went and got the scrap out of the unit we got. And then on my way to the warehouse, finally, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call this place about wire. And I found out what they are paying. It's 80 cents a pound for just insulated wire. If you have Romex, they'll pay more. You can sort it out, your aluminum from your brass to your copper, and make more money. So I actually took this tote. It wasn't a lot of wire. I've thrown out so much wire, it's ridiculous, you know, but I finally, you know, since I saved it, took this tote over, and for 25 pounds of wire, you know, we got $17.60. And it's not a lot, but normally I wouldn't have even done that with the wire. I'd have just thrown it in the can, you know? So now it's like, all right, well, I can do that. And then I was talking to Rob, and he was telling me about usually your silver plate is on top of brass. So like, you know, you can get more money scrapping out your silver plate because of the brass underneath the silver plate than it is worth selling. Like, you know, so we were talking a little bit about that, and it's like, man, you know, all the little things that, like, you know, we'll put a whole lot of silver plate together, you know, that we get out of some of these units, and we could make more money scrapping it and have it recycled and turn it into, you know, something else. So
Yeah, I'd much rather do that than lot it up and put it in the auction, because it never sells for a lot.
right. You know, actually, we have people that they buy it from us cheap so they can go scrap it, and I already know because I've had people tell me that. So yeah, it's just you know, so that was kind of the recycle part, you know, where it kind of came into play. Today I was really actually calling around and trying to figure out other places and looking at other places and finding out, you know, where I could easily along my route or routes, you know, divide and conquer instead of just going
routes.
Yes.
Routes.
Instead of, because the place I go, it's all one, you know, they just weigh it all and boom. But I know they separate it all too, because when you're in there, you can see they separate it, you know. So but hey, that is part of the business. As I tell people, you get into doing this, you got to know waste management is always the biggest thing.
Yes, you love saying that. You love talking about your waste management.
But that being said, Mad Dog said, sometimes the things about auctions, you don't know if you're going to find an amazing government auction, shipping container crate auction. I even love the amazing crate that Jeebus bought. Okay.
I saw that thumbnail, but I didn't watch the video, so I don't know what was in that crate. I guess I'm going to have to go back and watch that, because I was intrigued.
And Mad Dog said it was packed differently than I've ever seen a crate packed. In a storage unit, no rhyme, no reason in the story would have had me stumped. Sounds like something to go on.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
There was 3 crates that the story made it very intriguing, and Jeebus got over 1 million views.
Wow. He's getting close to 1 million subs.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. So I know they're doing their holiday thing this year, the giveaway. It's going to be in North Carolina though, instead of Virginia. So
how do you know that?
Because we were invited.
Maybe we shouldn't be talking about that because they haven't announced it yet.
I don't know.
Or maybe they have announced it. I don't know. But
I don't know. But here's another thing, by the way, coming down the pipeline. Look at that.
this is a sticky note on here. It's
Yep.
not part of the thing.
It says Freakers Ball with Alice Cooper, Friday, October 10th, 7:30 p.m. And I don't know if they're supposed to be a signature, but this is actually numbered as well. 73 of 88. So that's a nice little frame piece that's coming down the pipeline as well.
And what the sticky note was, it had the month and the date on there, but I had to Google to find out what year that was. It was 2003.
Yeah. So, and the other one I was looking for, we had another one for a local event that was in a facility that's no longer available. They tore it down. The Coliseum here in the Cleveland area.
Where the Cavaliers used to play before they built their field house downtown. But and that was for a Cars concert, the Cars, and that was the tickets were selling for $7.50. It was right on the poster, $7.50 for advance, $8.50 if you paid at the door. Like, that's so crazy. Those prices. I think that was 1979, which I don't know. Were the Cars around in 1979?
I don't know. But Mad Dog said, yes, they did announce it. They're on the road trip. And TDK was asked to help too.
Nice.
And he also said, I love Alice Cooper. Thanks. That's a beautiful piece.
Yes, I love Alice Cooper too. The guy who gave us that in his album collection had one of my favorite Alice Cooper albums, which brought back a lot of memories. I only ever had it on tape cassette. And I don't have my cassettes anymore. I sold them. I'm so sad. And I was just thinking about that today. Like, I wish I'd never sold them. Like, I miss my music. And like, you can go and listen to any song you want online, but like, I just remember sitting in the living room, just putting in like one cassette or CD after another and just like listening to all my favorite songs, and like a whole evening would pass just listening to like
because
my
on
favorite
cassette, you
songs.
had to, or you could fast forward, but it took like 5 minutes to get to the
I
next
know,
song.
I know.
And then you'd have to stop, play.
Okay, maybe it was
See
more
if
my
you're there.
CDs.
Nope, not yet. Fast forward longer. Stop, play.
Yeah.
Nope, still not there. Fast forward.
So I probably did that more with my CDs. I would pick songs, but cassettes you would just like, you'd put in and you'd listen to the whole thing.
Yes. Yeah. But that was back in the era where you also had to, if you wanted to really sell music, I mean, you had to make good albums. Well, not even the albums, because you really can skip those. I mean, it's not hard to get to the next song of those, but especially when tapes came out. Like, I mean,
Even 8-track, so you press the button and it skipped to the next song. You could do that with an 8-track.
Couldn't do it with a cassette.
No.
Unless you had, I guess, a one of those real expensive fancy cassette decks, but I never saw one of those.
Is that a
Or-
thing?
I don't know.
I think you're making that up. That is not a thing. That is not a thing where you could skip to the next song. I don't think.
Yeah. You never know. Mad Dog said, I know some of the old vintage cassettes, if they're rock and roll, they're crazy money if they're sealed, and some people are having them graded.
Yeah.
It's crazy, like, what people can grade nowadays. Like, people are getting toys graded, cassettes. I mean, comic books, Pokemon cards, Magic cards, it's, the list goes on.
So we have from this guy 2 sealed VHS Indiana Jones, the first one and the second one. Now they're in a box set, and the third one has been opened, But if somebody wanted to get the first and because I think that is a good movie. I don't know if all of them are or if they're certain releases.
Have you watched any of them?
It's not about watching the movie.
No, I just asked.
Of course. I
don't
love
know
Indiana
that.
Jones.
I don't know that.
Now you do. So anyway, like Joni and I were talking today about that, and I said if somebody wanted to get these graded, they could because they're still sealed. So like they're the
Joni?
potential.
Who's Joni?
One of our team members.
Gotcha.
Do you not know Joni?
I was just asking. There's some very expensive cassette players in Walkman. Some are $1,000.
Yes, we've sold some Walkmans for some decent money. Some of the vintage ones. It's just, it all depends on like what model it is, I think.
Yeah.
But I didn't look up that that Indiana Jones sealed VHS.
Hobby Spot. Hey, what's up?
Hobby Spot.
What's happening? Happy Friday. Yeah, I don't know about the Indiana Jones, but also I think the consignor yesterday brought in. We put it in the Whatnot sale. It was the 3-pack of the first 3 Star Wars movies, the collection. I think special edition, like extended versions. So the guy yesterday actually brought one of those, I do believe. Or maybe it was Monday. But recently we just got another copy, and so it's interesting. Hobby Spot said, stuck in traffic in Gatlinburg.
It's that time of day, although it is 7 o'clock. So it's a little bit later than normal rush hour, unless you guys are in a different time zone. Are you in Central Time or are you in Eastern Time?
And Mad Dog said, Indiana Jones, if they would have sent them in to be graded, they'd be crazy money. I would be curious what the grade would be.
Yeah, I mean they looked really good. You know, because they were in a do you want me to go get it?
Sure. Yeah, Mad Dog said the biggest value in something like that is the fact that they're still sealed and never opened.
Right. I know, because like a lot of times, I mean, it's the rarity of finding one that's still sealed.
Hobby Spot said it's a wreck. We're on vacation. Oh, okay.
Aww.
Well, and they're from Southwest Ohio. Southwest Ohio. Why do I want to say like
Cincinnati area?
I want to say closer to like Salina area.
That's West Central. So this is the box set. And so they've been kept
just north of Cincinnati.
Nice. They've been kept, you know, really well protected even in the box. So these are the 2 that are still sealed. And then this one has been opened, yeah. But it's the last one versus the first 2. The sealed ones are 1 and 2. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, I would definitely say.
And see what we can find out.
The only thing with those are, you know, since it's the box set, it's not like the original version. Like, well, I mean, it's the original version, but it's not the first edition.
Right. I know. That's what I was wondering, if it has lesser value because of this, of it being part of a box set.
Yeah, but even still at a lesser value. I mean, Indiana Jones and 1 through 3, those are probably, I would say the last one was probably early 90s, late 80s.
I mean, it says 1981 on these.
Yeah, but those are the first 2. I said the last one.
1989.
Like I said, late 80s, early 90s. So that box set is a version from.
Okay, so what's this on the box set? $89. It's the latest copyright on box set.
So like it's probably different if you got, you know, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom from early 80s.
Right.
You know, versus the box set, which was late 80s.
Yes. But I'm still going to look that up.
So Mad Dog said if they were open, they'd be worth $5-10. That's a huge price difference.
I know.
So
I got into a little bit of a VHS buying spurt a couple years ago.
yeah. Well, we did. Because remember, I bought that big John Wayne collection at that church sale.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hey, they did sell.
Yep.
So
Well, safe travels, Hobby Spot. I hope you're heading someplace fun, and you know, once you get there, it'll be smooth sailing after that. But we've been on about an hour, so we're probably gonna sign off here. Does anybody have any questions for us?
Hobby Spot said, I don't do very good with VHS.
Yeah. We typically don't. We just group them in big groupings if we have some, but we don't seek them out anymore.
Yeah, no.
If they're part of a consignment or, you know, estate or whatever, we just group them all together. Or if you know, have a situation like this, we lotted. There's the lot number on there. We've put this as one lot.
Well, I think with anything like,
Good night, JJ.
you know, always have to do your research and double check. You know, you just
Yeah.
never know. So
Yep.
good night, J&J.
All right. Well, it has been fun hanging out with you guys.
We appreciate it.
Yes. Hey, KT Treasures.
hey, great live. Way to go. Scrapping Roy did a truckload yesterday, $99.
Yep.
See?
You can't be throwing that money away
No.
because it
See, I'm
all adds
learning.
up.
As a matter of fact, you know, not only learning, but you know, I had to call around and I got to figure out places, you know, because you know, $99 or more, like, you know, that'd be great. So
yeah,
I'm still surprised that, you know, I mean, it wasn't much, but $17.60 for wires that normally I throw out is ridiculous.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like, wow, you know. So
Yep.
but as KT says, yes, it all adds up.
Yeah.
Hobby Spot said, have a good night. Yes, and you all have safe travel. And hey. Well, next week we're gonna go live next week, but we're gonna be on location. My mom said Hagen.
Have a good night. You and your acronyms today.
I
Yes, next week we'll be on location. The test will be over. Thank goodness. That's one less stressor in my life. Until we find out the results, which shouldn't be that long.
Yeah, she'll stress out over it until she gets the results, I'm sure. But hey, you might get your results fast if you finish first.
Well, I'm not gonna rush and finish just to get my results fast.
I'm just saying. Oh, TDK said great live.
Looking forward to seeing you. Safe travels next week. Yeah. And everybody have a great weekend. It was great hanging out with you guys. We appreciate all of you, and we'll see you next time.
Yep. See you next time.
Bye.